I'm out here today with Sparky, and we're at Laurel Lake. I'm recording the geese I see. These are Canada geese in front of us. Some of these geese are residents year-round. You know, like they get enough food in the suburban area that they don't have to migrate. You know, their full route. Actually, they tend to become a nuisance, and the city has to come and destroy their nests, to keep them from overpopulating the area. But I estimate it's about 20 or so geese out here, about 20 to 30 of them. I don't see none of the little fledglings or gooselings from this year, and yeah, it's nice just to see them out here. Also, on a hunting note, as far as Canada geese, Maryland does have a hunting season for these Canada geese. The early season, I believe, is from September 1st till September 15th, and you're allowed 8 geese a day, and all the waterfowl regulations apply. With you have to buy a resident hunting license, Maryland migratory game bird stamp. You have to buy a federal duck stamp, and you have to have a hip card. The regular Maryland hunting license is $20.50. Or don't hold me to it. It might be $24.50. I'm sorry. Migratory game bird stamps $9, I believe, and federal duck stamps $15. But the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is talking about raising that up to $25 because it hasn't, they haven't had they say they haven't had a cost increase to keep up with inflation or so forth. When you're hunting these waterfowl, you can hunt them down in Charles County. They got wildlife management areas down there. Hunt them down there in Charles County. You can hunt them out there in McKee-Besher Wildlife Management Area out of Montgomery County. That's about, 1,800 acres where you can hunt at. Then you have right next to McKee-Besher Wildlife Management Area, you have Seneca Creek State Park, and you're allowed to do hunting on there. I'm not sure if it's only white-tailed deer up there, but I know in some state parks you can hunt waterfowl and so forth. But in previous videos, like I mentioned, though, I don't hunt in certain state parks because you have to pay admission to get in. But back to the waterfowl, though, it's a lot of regulations, though. I just covered just the very, very basics, like just the tip of the iceberg, When you hunt waterfowl, you can use only non-lead shot. You have to use something like steel. But other than that, though, these geese, though, you get 8 per day, and it's a very liberal bag limit. And from what I hear, though, they're pretty good eating. I think I never had no goose before, but I have eaten duck before, mallard. I've eaten mallard, and I've eaten Peking duck, the white duck. I've eaten those before with I had the wild duck with wild rice and mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables. And I had the Peking duck with, out of the restaurant with orange sauce and other side dishes. So the geese are moving away slowly but surely. But yeah, I was just walking along and I saw these geese, and I just decided I would start making a little video about them and then start talking about them a little bit. Down where I do my rabbit hunting at in the county, down there in the southern part of the county, it's like where I hunt at, it's like it's right there near the border of Charles County, and it's right up along the Patuxent River. And Sparky was chewing on a plant, but it's right up, as I was saying, though, it's right up along the Patuxent River. And there are just tons and tons of waterfowl down there. Mallards, teal, redheads. I mean, you see all types of different waterfowl down there. But like I said, I don't waterfowl hunt. I like to hunt rabbit, squirrel, you know, game like that. I got Sparky with me. I really down there in where we hunt at. There's a lot of rabbits down there though. You know, we normally jump them up down there. So, I mean, I'm gonna read the regulations. The book, the new book for the regulations for the Maryland hunting season, come out July 31st. If the hunting license goes from July 31st to the next, the next year, and so they put out the regulations. You can buy your license, then you can get the book. You can also look at the regulations online on the Maryland DNR's website. And the fishing regulations also. The fishing license starts in January, the first of the year. That's when the fishing license year starts. And this lake here, Laurel Lake, they do stock Laurel Lake with trout twice a year. They stock it in the spring and they stock it in the fall with trout. I'm sorry. They do stock it more than twice. They might stock it 2 or 3 times in the spring, then twice in the fall. But what I'm saying is they stock it. Those are the 2 seasons that they stock the trout. And they do stock a good bit of them in here. If you go on the DNR's website, you'll see they be putting in like 450 or 500 or so forth. I mean, lots of trout. And I see people out here catching them now. But I don't fish at Laurel Lake. I never fished in Laurel Lake. I fish at Greenbelt, or I go fish at Lake Artemisia, or I go to Lake Centennial out in Howard County. I go fish out there. I go up to the Research Refuge. I fish up there. Catch all types of, fish up there. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and cut off with this video. Just wanted to pan around and let you get a good shot of the lake. And down there is Sparky. He's always with me. Since it's not hunting season, we come and walk around the lake in the evening times. But when it starts to cool off a little bit, I start taking them down and let them run them rabbits. All right, about to cut off.